Well, hello and welcome. I'm Steve Lister, and in today's video, I want to have a look at editing text, adding text, and manipulating text in your video editor package. Now, I'm using Wave.Video as I've done in previous ones, but the same effects and the same principles apply in virtually any video editing package you can find out there on the market. There may be subtle differences, but pretty much they're all the same. So I've got a video here which is made up of a couple of slides. It's about 33 seconds long roughly, and what I'd like to do is to actually add some text to this video and manipulate text in other slides. So on my first slide I want to add some text. If I bring my mouse down to the timeline and go to the first slide, I put my mouse down, you see a little plus sign comes up, and if I click on it, it'll say add a call to action, add text. So I'm going to click on add text. And you see it brings up a little sample text and a text box. Now, what I want to do is I'm just going to move that to the side here for a minute. I'm going to click inside. I'm going to delete all the things in there, and I'm going to put something along the lines of there are several types of cats. Okay, so there are several types of cats. Now, it doesn't look too bad, black text on a white background, but it looks a bit out of place. What I'd like to do is maybe make it white text on a clear background. So if I come across to the right-hand panel here, you see I've got the first drop down is the actual fonts. There's lots of fonts available, and you can upload your own fonts, and that's the same in most packages. Apart from that, you've got bold, regular, and light. You may have italic in some of them. And you've got the actual size of the text. So we've got the size there, we can alter the size. And then we've got different styles of text. These are like shortcuts. We'll come to these in just a second. You can change the text color. You can change the text background color. You can give it a shadow effect. You can justify it left, center, right, or bullet points. And there's different sort of effects for the text to appear on the actual page. It can sort of slide in, it can slide up, it can slide down, it can fade, it can do various things, and we'll have a look at that as we're going along. So I've got this text roughly where I want, but like I say, I'd like white text. Now I'm going to use one of these shortcut style boxes. So I'm going to go to, if I go to the first one, see I've got white text on a transparent background, which is pretty much what I want. Let me just see what size the text is. It tells me it's 160 points. That's not bad actually on this one. We'll just try adjusting it. So if I go click inside and highlight the text, if I come across to the size here, I'm just going to go down to 200 and see what it looks like. There are several types of cats. Yeah, I can move this box around. You see it's got a little hand as I go up to the top, and it enables me to grab it and to move it around. So I'm going to put it there, and I think that'll do for this particular one. So I've got white text, transparent background, and I've moved it to where I wanted it. Let's go to the second slide. Second slide, I've got some text here. It says the lazy cats. Now, it's exactly what I want, but it's not the right colour. It doesn't sort of stand out. So I'm going to click on there. You'll see it's got a text box around it. And if I go up to the first one, it'll give me white text on a transparent background. Yep, and that doesn't look too bad. Size of the text, let's have a look. It tells me my text is 200, so that's fine. I'm going to leave it at that. One thing you can do, if I just click on that text box, if you come down to the text effect here, you see it says fade by symbol, i.e. it fades in letter by letter. What I'd like it to do, and I'm just going to zoom in on this particular screen. There we go. And you'll see that I've got different fade back. So I've got different options here. I've got fade. You see it shows you the effect as you slide over, puts a frame around it, curtain, yeah, circle, shows you the effect, what happens. What I'd like this one to do is actually swipe up from the bottom. So I want it to swipe up. Okay, and if I just come back out of there again, so I've got swipe up, and if I just play this particular slide, just going to come back here and you'll see my effect. Come back here again. Oops. To there, and just apply that, and you should see it slide up. Yep. So we'll stop that. If I go to my next slide, now I've got the words hungry cats. I just want to add the word the in front of it, so the hungry cats. So I'll click on my text box. If I go to the start, you see it's put the cursor there, I can put the word the hungry cats. Okay, and the text size is already at 200. It's white text on a transparent background. If I wanted to change the colour of the text, I could actually go down here where it says text, and I could use this slider, and I can have it any colour I want. If I know what colour I actually want, let's say I've got a particular company brand, and I want to use my branding colours, as long as I know the number of the colour, I can actually type it in there, and that'll match my brand colours, which is fine. And we've also got opacity, so if you look at this, I'm just going to put this text to a dark colour, so actually I'll put it light so you can actually see it. It's now on 100%. If I just change that to say 10%, so you can hardly see it. If I change it to 50%, it's a bit better, yeah? In this particular case, I want it 100%. Yeah, so I want it to be able to stand out. And again, if we look at the actual effects, I've got fade by things. I don't want it to fade. What I'd like this one to do is maybe slide in from the top. So I want it to swipe down. Yeah, and that's fine. Look at the next one. Now this one's got no text at all, so I need to add some text. So again, if I come down to the slide, go to middle, I've got a plus symbol there. Hit the plus symbol. Add call to action, add text. I want to add some text. And then again, it gives me a sample message on a white background. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put the full cats. It's had plenty to eat, it's full and it's passed out by the look of it. Again, I want it on a white text with a clear background. So I've just picked that first one there. I could just do the text colours and I could do the background colours, but it's easy just to use these shortcuts here. And again, I want to move that. So I'm going to put it over the blue tray because it stands out better. My text at the moment, it says it's 160, so I'm going to highlight the text. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change it to 200. I'm just going to move it a fraction. That'll do. And that's fine there. Let's just see what the effect we've got on it. Now it's got a fade effect. I'd like this to slide up from the bottom. So I'm going to put swipe up. Oops, I've got swipe up. There we go. Comes up from the bottom. Yeah. Now these other ones, again, I've already gone in and I've changed the size of the text and things. This one, it doesn't quite look right. I've got the word playful cats, showing you a couple of kittens, but it doesn't quite stand out against this quite detailed background. So what I want to do is I want to come down to the background of the text and I'm going to change the background somewhat because it's, so I'm going to put it sort of a darker colour. Yeah, that's not really what I want. What I'd like to do is be able to make it a bit opaque so that I can see through it. So I'm going to go back to the background. You see I've got the opacity here. Let's just try it at 10% and see what it looks like. Maybe we'll go a bit higher, maybe 15%. Yeah, 15% doesn't look too bad. I can still see the background, but I've got it's slightly darker than the rest of the picture and makes the text stand out. And again, I've got fade by symbol, so I'm going to have this one to swipe up from the bottom. See, it's close to the bottom. Yeah. Where are we? Then we've got, next slide, big cats. I've already done this one. It will actually swipe up from the bottom. I've set the text size just to save time, because time's actually knocking on in this video. And that's pretty much what I want to do. Now, if I go to the last slide, it's exactly the same as the first slide, different text. If I click on the text box, I want a white background. Yep, so I've got white text with a transparent background. What I'd like to do is add a bit more text to this. Now, again, I can click on the text box and there's a little T plus here, which will give me a new line of text. And in there, I want to put something along the lines of, let's have a look. Comment below. So which one is yours? Comment below. Now that comment below is quite a bit big. I want to lower that text down. So I've just highlighted the text. I'm going to go to the drop down box. Let's try 120. That's not too bad. And again, it's white text on a transparent background. So it's nice and easy to do. One thing you can do, if I actually wanted to, at the moment, if I grab this, I can move it up and down. Yeah, it may be that I want to move this text somewhere else, but if I try and, that's it, I'll slide it down there. I want it just a little bit separate. The other thing you can do, if you click on the main text box, you'll see it's highlighted all the text. I can actually ungroup it. So if I click on ungroup, it now splits it into two separate text boxes. So that one's completely separate to this one. Yeah. It's got some uses depending on what you want to do with it. And that's fine. Let's just have a look at this one. It's fading. We'll swipe it from the bottom. So we're going to swipe it up. And this one here, because I've separated it, I can now do something different with this one. So I'm going to get this one to actually swipe down from the top. So I'm going to get it to swipe down. Yeah, that's it really. If I just play the video quickly, send it back to the start. So it's only 30 seconds long, so let's go. And you get the idea. Nice and easy to do. Dead easy to change the colour of the text, change the font of the text, change the side, and change the effect when it slides in or fades or whatever. Yeah? You can do this all in, well, we've done it in what? 12 minutes from start to finish. And that's actually explaining what I'm doing. So once you know what you're doing, you can do it really, really quickly. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for watching. If you found any of this useful, by all means, please like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.